Well, parents are optimistic, coaches are optimistic, student athletes just want to get back on the field. It's Friday. Usually at this point in August, September, and all the way through the late fall and into the early winter, we're reporting from a high school football game. The MHSAA is keeping sports in the fall on schedule, at least for now.
It was great news, and we haven't had much of that lately.
Football season is on the schedule for the fall, and that's where it will stay, at least for now. In making a big assessment a month away from the first practice, the MHSAA gave coaches, students, and families something rare these days: hope.
We saw Virginia and New Mexico this past week decide to not have fall sports and football, so I think a lot of us were waiting on pins and needles to see what the MHSAA was going to come out.
Ever since the governor in the first part put the onus on the MHSAA to govern and guide us through this pandemic as far as return to play sport, that was a good sign, and today was even a better sign.
The MHSAA is not moving any sports from their traditional spots on the calendar for the 2020-2021 school year, but written very clearly is the option to shift sports if there is a spike in the coronavirus in our state.
We're very hopeful and optimistic that we'll have a season this year. I know the girls and I are just itching to get back in the gym. We want to train, we want to compete for a state title.
Right now, the MHSAA is planning to start sports the week of August 10th. The first games for football are on August 27th.
For us at Brother Rice, it's playing sports is part of our mission to build community.
Whatever it takes for the kids to be able to play, whether that's with no fans or whatever we have to do for them, that's why we want to get it done.
We want to get back to high school sports in the fall, do everything you can to make sure that we are not contributing to the spread.
Football workouts have been going on across the state. We've shown you stories like at West Bloomfield just last week where they are spread out throughout the areas. Marion held a volleyball camp last week where the coach told us they had different water stations so that the girls didn't interact too closely while they were taking their water breaks. Student athletes, coaches, and parents are doing everything they can so they have that sense of normalcy as fall sports are set to return in the fall, right on schedule. Now, I did say the MHSAA has left the possibility to shift sports. If that does happen, football would push winter sports up a little bit, and you would see spring sports then moving back into the summer. But the MHSAA was clear throughout all of this. They did not want to flip the schedule, although they did consider it. They didn't want spring sport athletes to have their seasons canceled in consecutive seasons. Guys?
Just be so great to see those athletes get back out there again to compete, to be there with their teammates for sure, because we know it means so much to them. Brad, thanks for that live report.